actually get promoted to a 6-figure equivalent. I'm going to demonstrate to you today why this is no longer the reality if you want to land a 6-figure job. If you want to get 100,000 and higher, there are very specific things you must do. If you don't do that, even if you stay in your company, and you will have seen some people that are working with you right now, and they've been with the same company, and their juniors has gone to exceed them because you heard it right, very well, because it is no longer based on your length of service. Because a lot of people used to think, oh, it's based on your length of service. No, it's not based on your length of service. Please write in there. I want you to be interactive with us right now. Write in there length of service. I need you to write the length of service, because some people still imagine that it's based on longevity. It is not based on ability. Anthony, is Anthony with us? Yeah, if Anthony, please, I need you, because you are right inside the Zoom. I need to see your active participation, because like I said, it's a workshop, it's an e-workshop, and is what you are able to do today that will determine whether or not you can flow in getting a 6-figure job, particularly in STEM, particularly using real knowledge and skills that STEM gives you to accelerate your progress. If you want to do it routinely, that's fine. But in order to accelerate your progress, you have to follow the new paradigm that all of us are now working within, all of us, because the ground rules that gave us the opportunity a while back has now changed. The opportunity we once took for granted, someone seemed to have moved the goalposts. And if we do not, repeat, do not move with the times, we are going to lag behind. And that's what is going to happen to a lot of your friends and your colleagues, if not already happening to you. You've got to be able to understand why is it that certain individuals that may not really be the best people in your organizations are now being promoted to get a 6-figure job. So please, I have made 2 points right now. Traditionally, it was based on your ability, followed by your longevity. That means people that have been on your company's payroll for more than 4 years will then get the job, while those that have just joined will be on the 5-figure salary, and those that have been there for more than 5 or 6 years will then move on to be vice presidents or go into what we call management. But the rules of the game has changed. And I need to share with you a current research that just concluded their pilot survey and what they now call the market forces. They call it market forces. So Anthony, please, I would like you to put in the chat box. Sabrina, I would like you to put in the chat box. And Christopher, I'd like to put in the chat box, ability, because that's the myth. That's number one myth, is the myth. Number 2 is longevity. Please, I need you to put these things down. If you take note of this and take corresponding action, you will accelerate your career. If you don't, it's sad and it's wasteful that you've logged in today and you're not doing exactly what you need to do to be able to change things. So your ability no longer matters as much as it did 20 years ago. What now matters? Round 1, I told you those 2 do not matter. Market forces. Please write that down. Market forces. Because the current market reality dictates exactly what you are valued as. Not what you think you contribute to the company. No, no, no. That's old-fashioned. And that doesn't work anymore. Because you would have noticed in your company, some people, they are there first thing in the morning and they do not leave until last thing at night. So let me just show, I want to share a few slides today to bring home the point very graphically, because it's not what you know. Because some people also used to think that the more knowledge you have, the more pay you get. Please write down knowledge. So you see some people going for MBA, others going for a master's program, others taking professional courses and thinking that the knowledge they have about their specific role will guarantee them 6 figures. No, no, no. I'm sorry to tell you that. It doesn't work like that anymore. I want you to confirm, of those of you that are on Zoom, I want to type in the box that you can see my slides. I've just put in a slide here that says 6-figure jobs in tech, human capital development. So if you know you can see that, please, can you type slides in your chat box? Thank you. Thank you very much for typing slides in your chat box. And as we are discussing, if any question occurs to you regarding the specifics of your job, or the specifics of your spouse's job, or the specific of your friends or family's job, please, any question, I will plead with you to put it in the chat box if you're joining us via Zoom. Put it in the contributions box in the room chat if you are on Clubhouse. Put it on that comment if you're on Twitter. And those of you on Facebook, put it on that comment. If you have any questions as regards how you or a member of your family can land a 6-figure job, please put it there, because I'm very keen to tackle it head on. Thank you very much indeed. So your knowledge does not guarantee you. So going to go do additional training, it wouldn't. Except, of course, it is in response to the market, not to your specific job demands, no, to the market requirements. And I'm going to give you a few examples at the end. Or I'll give you a few examples really shortly. So those of you that are on Zoom would have seen the change in the slides, indicating, and you can see quite a few of our previous students there holding on to a specific body of knowledge. And that's what brings us in today. Your relationship with STEM, that means science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and STEM related skills will play a bigger role in the success of this journey you are making professionally, and then confirm whether or not you will get the 6-figure. So anyone that is afraid, either due to previous experience or recent mishaps of STEM, will not be able to get to this so-called dizzy height of professional progress. And I will show you why STEM-related jobs are difficult to fill. And because they are difficult to fill, the law of economics of demand and supply now plays a bigger role in who gets a 6-figure job than your competence. It plays a bigger role than your knowledge of your specific area. It plays a bigger role than your ability to discharge your job and your duties. And of course, it plays a much bigger role than your longevity on the job. So you can see someone that has been on the job for only 3 years getting a 6-figure, and people that have been on the same job for 9 years not hitting the 6-figure bracket. So I will want all of you to take note of this, because these points will then inform the decisions you take from now on to be able to guarantee your progression. All of you that are on Zoom will have seen the change of slides. But there's a gentleman that did some work on what it means to be successful professionally. Carried out a survey of how is it that people are able to succeed more than others. His name is Harvey and his surname is Comer. I want you to type that in. What he found out in terms of progression in any, this is across disciplines and across sector. If you do your job very well, you are dutiful, you are dedicated, you are sincere, and you do your job very well so that you don't have any mistakes. So in terms of performance, it only contributes 10% to your professional success. So can you see how ridiculous it is? If you face your job and you do your job conscientiously and you do it 100%, that performance alone contributes only 10% of your progress. Do you know what is shocking? 30% of your progress, your professional progress, is dependent on your image. 30%. So 3 times, you stand 3 times more opportunity to come your way if you have a better image than if you have a better record of jobs. So thank you for those of you in Clubhouse. Thank you for sharing this room. If you have any friends or you know of anyone that may benefit from it, Sabrina, please share this. Just hit the arrow pointing up and share it to the corridors so that people will understand that the club is rolling on the specific subject today, and anyone in employment at any field, in any country, be it Asia, Europe, Africa, will be able to benefit from a section of today's e-workshop. It's only a section, because the main one, if you want to get a full one, it's best you come in via Zoom, and it's best you register on Eventbrite. But we just go ahead and give the ball points, and then we'll go straight to the action on Zoom, for those of you on Zoom. So Sabrina, please try and share it to the corridor. Obafemi, please try and share it to the corridor. Those of you on Twitter, share, and thank you for those of you that are commenting on YouTube. The third component that determines your success, which is essentially 2 times more than your image, is your exposure. Can you imagine? Can you imagine why people that are in the same company like you, in the same corporate environment like you, some get promoted rapidly and others just slug it out and they're extremely slow? This is the riddle. This is the puzzle. We've separated it now. You can see it in the slide in front of you. This is what they call the rule of pi. P stands for your performance, I stands for your image, and E stands for your exposure. So if you know that your promotion depends more on exposure than performance, then you will direct your effort appropriately. If you know that if you want to be successful in corporate world, your exposure on LinkedIn will do more work for you, then you better have a LinkedIn page. You better make what you're doing available for the world to see. You better expose your talent, your skills, and be deliberate about it. Don't be casual. Don't treat your LinkedIn page like it's another Facebook. No. Your LinkedIn page is your professional outpost. So if you want to do yourself any good, you must visit it at the very least twice a week. You must comment on it. You must share on topical issues related to your profession or related to your current job. This is the reason why you think some people are lucky and they get promotion, or some people are lucky and they land a 6-figure job. No, the gentleman getting the 100K is not lucky. The gentleman getting the 100K or the lady getting the 100K has taken some steps that follows the rule of pi. Performance, 10%, image, 30%, and exposure, 60%. That's what gave your colleague that six-figure job, or that's what made your colleague the vice president of your organization. You cannot have all your energies put on the 10% and expect a miracle. No. Or you say, some people say that, like, some people say, oh, he was very lucky. No, he was not very lucky. He carried out the pi formula. And those of you that are just joining us, thank you, on Twitter Spaces. I need you to go right now to the comment section and put in hashtag pi, P-I-E. And those of you on Zoom, please go to the chat box and put in hashtag P-I-E. That means P for performance, I for image, and E for exposure. Please, you need to put that there so that we can supervise you as you implement it in your current position and leapfrog above your professional colleagues and be able to get $100,000 as your salary for the next year, next calendar year. The next thing that I want everybody to see, and those of you on Zoom are seeing it right now, is the image of Africa lit up with, guess what? Broadband. The internet connectivity has exposed every single profession to unfair advantage. Or you say, no, I'm not technical. I don't like being technical. You'll soon find out that because your job can be easily exported, to distant lands. Do you know what's happening? Remote workers in different countries are able to carry out specific tasks. The London Underground, the entire England's premium transportation system is now backed office in India, Bangalore, India. So you can see that technology has introduced new variables that directly impacts you without you knowing. So I'm going to show to you today how individuals that are not currently in the continent are getting paid to do jobs in another continent because it's cheaper for them. So if you're in a profession or your task or your duties can be easily outsourced to a different continent, I can tell you one thing for sure. Every single person that has had the opportunity is outsourcing. Oh, somebody's pressing emojis of laughter. Yes, it's true. Every single person whose job can be outsourced should realize this. Because if you don't, you come in one day and they will say, oh, we didn't know that. We didn't know that at all. What happened? What really happened? Because the job has literally gone from San Francisco down to India. So I need every single person to now type in tech under your comment section. Please type in tech in your chat box, because the tech that you knew before lockdown is totally different from the tech after lockdown. You see, everybody knew that you had to wake up in the morning and go to the office. That's how the life was up to 2019. But in 2020, this thing called COVID hit. And as it hit, what happened? Everyone went into lockdown. And as all went into lockdown, every single employer had to think of how they can continue in business. And they say necessity is the mother of invention. The hospitals had to think how they can see patients remotely using technology. The banks have to think how they can see their customers and continue what is called e-banking. It exploded. The tech companies had to respond because they that were considered an ordinary service became the critical service that determined the wealth or the production engines of the countries. This is one thing that all our professionals have not reckoned with right now. Professionals still think that life before COVID will soon return to what they call normal. Sad to say, result published indicates that over 60% of current workers want to do hybrid. 35% do not want to go back to the office at all, even when it is now okay or safe for people to return to work. They don't want to go back to the office. They wouldn't want to go back to the office at all. Gen Z, when they surveyed Gen Z, 75% of Gen Z do not want to work the way we used to work before COVID. So this introduces a new dynamics. It means Microsoft has to employ remote workers in Morocco to work for their American operations. Some microsystem has to recruit people in Bangalore to work for their California operation. It means that lockdown has created a vast opportunity for global movement of labor across time zones, across geographical restriction, across linguistic barriers. Please write this down. The lockdown switched on the thinking of humans in such a way that every one of us now never anticipated or imagined. So I have people that are working for Deutsche Bank in Germany that are located in Accra, Ghana. So if you want to seriously think about getting a six-figure job, you must make your skills, your knowledge portable and available. Please, can you type that in the chat box? Your knowledge should be portable and available. And all of our friends joining us in Clubhouse, I need your interactivity. I need you to type in the chat room the specific points I'm making now. Thank you, Sabrina. If you are here, I need you. If you have any questions, please type it in the room chat. I'll get hold of it and I will tackle it at the very end. And today we are going to get at least 3 different individuals that we will elevate to a six-figure job. That's my promise today. And it's a guarantee because I've got some jobs and some headhunters that are my colleagues are very keen to look at your profile tonight, not tomorrow, so that they can hire you because the job situation has reached crisis level. We do not have enough staff right now to fill critical jobs that are tech related in the US, in fact, in Canada, and the whole of North America. We do not have. We do not have enough staff right now to fill positions in Europe, particularly in Britain following Brexit. Britain used to depend on some European partners and employees to come over. Britain cannot fill it. That's the reason why they've raised the salary scale to 6 figures. Some positions, when they were advertised 10 years ago, they were 5 figures. Since they couldn't fill it since lockdown, they've had to make it juicy and attractive to individuals. So if you are here today, I need to have a look at your profile on LinkedIn and be able to suggest practical things you can do, and then you will attract. I'm not saying you will apply. We just had the reserve of the Bank of Australia coming up now with digital currency, and they are looking for who? Digital staff, STEM-related staff. I want to move the slides on. For those of you that are on Zoom, I want to share with you the next slide. Because in the 90s, people thought it was a nice to have. If you had one, fine. Larry, thank you for joining us in Clubhouse. Depelia, thank you for joining us. Please, can you share this room to your corridor? I want to share the room to your corridor. Alusi, is that Alusi? Pardon me if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. And Larry, please share this room, because you may not know some individuals are going through tough mental times because they've been frustrated by being stuck in one position in their job for a long time. They've been stuck for one position. They've been there for a long time, and we need to be able to set them free. So thank you. I want to recap on the things we've discussed this evening. Number one, it is now evident that your performance alone will not give you the pay you deserve. Number two, if you get more knowledge about your specifics of your job, it does not give you the promotion that you deserve. Number three, we talked about the pie, the performance, the image, and the exposure. This is one magic formula that will transform you and transform the lives of your loved ones and friends to accelerate their progression and be able to deliver huge benefits for them. I've never discussed this in any meetings before. I'm laying this down because I've served on the board, and I still serve on the board of many corporations, including those in Silicon Valley. I advise CEOs and founders, and will work on this issue of human resources. And I'm sharing with you the insight, not just information, deep insights about how industry is now working and what is a transformational event that will make the difference between you and your colleagues that started work the same time. And one of you will be very, very successful, and the other one will be marking time. I don't want you to be part of the time markers. I want you to accelerate your progress. And that's why we're here today. So the slide you have seen, you have in front of you now used to be optional. If you were working with a company, it was a nice idea for you to have a phone. And some people will have a cell phone, and others will not have a cell phone. But in today's world, it is no longer just a cell phone. It is now your professional tool. Please write in professional tool. Can you just write in professional tool? Please go to the room chat. If you are on Clubhouse, write in hashtag professional tool. The telephone is no longer just a phone. The telephone is a professional tool. So if you have it, it will accentuate your work. If you don't have it, it will make you look less efficient and less productive than your friends. And that image alone will count against you. So the reason why we are telling you today, for you to treat your cell phone with the importance it deserves, is that it is now a professional tool. It is not a consumer electronic. You know, before we just classify as no, because there are apps that you can download on your phone that will completely transform 60% of your ability to get a 6-digit job. Yes. And I'm just sharing you one of them. Those of you that are on Clubhouse may not be able to see this, but if you're on YouTube, if you can get to YouTube, you'll be able to see the image I'm showing you. What I'm showing here now is a QR code. Anthony, are you able to see this? Anthony, if you are on the Zoom, please, I need you to see this, because you need to be able to create one out of your LinkedIn page. A QR code that has your photograph on it, has your name on it, and tells us exactly, clearly, who you are what you do is a QR code generated by a cell phone. So those of you on that are logged in on YouTube, and those of you that are logged in on Zoom are already seeing it. Obafemi, Debilia, Larry, do you have any questions so far about how far we've gone today? Because we've gone about a third of the way now. I just want to take some questions. I need clarity in your mind, and I need you to go and take immediate action so that you can be part of the army that will earn 6 figures before the end of this year. This is regardless of your longevity, because remember, it's no longer longevity. It's the market forces that determines how much you are paid. Is the economic law of demand and supply that determines it. And then you can reposition yourself or reposition your friends if you are attending here on behalf of your friends, or reposition your family to benefit from the new job market. It's a market, brothers and sisters. It's a market, and the market forces determines. Because you have seen so many people that have worked so hard, they are now 60, and they are yet not on management level. They're 60 years old. It hurts me. Soon they'll be retiring, and retiring as a junior officer. Not because they didn't work hard. No. They worked hard. Not because they are not dedicated. No. Not because they don't know their job. No. They know their job, they work hard, but they are unable to access the 6-figure salary that they honestly, sincerely deserve. So life can be unfair. Thank you for those that are commenting on Twitter Spaces. Thank you, because this is across the board. It doesn't matter whether you are in tech or you are out of tech. Thank you very much, because we're hoping some of you will be able to sign up today and get your 6-figure job in North America, if you're in North America, if you're in Canada, if you're in Europe or Asia, and if you're in Africa, we'll be able to work with you to secure, like I told you before, remote jobs. Like I shared before, people that are living in Accra, Ghana right now are getting paid 6 figures working with Silicon Valley huge companies. They're working remotely. Yes, it's true. Apple just sends them their username and password and they log in. I know people like that. I know someone that is in Africa right now. He studied anatomy. He couldn't get enough grades to get to medical school. He studied anatomy. And today, he's a remote worker in tech to a top company in Europe. And those of you that are on LinkedIn, go right now to my LinkedIn profile and you will see some of the posts I put there in recent week. So please, if you are not in tech, thank you very much. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have a bachelor's degree in software engineering, because there are a lot of roles that Microsoft has that they don't require tech background. I just said someone that read anatomy is in software engineering. His qualifications, his degree that he got from university says anatomy. That means the study of internals of animals and plants. Today, that person, how he was able to do it will take you step by step. You don't need to be a techie to be able to get it. All you need, we're going to give you the what you call transferable skills from your current job. We'll look at your current job. If you don't have a job, we'll look at your qualifications. If you don't have qualifications, we'll look at your most recent exposure, whether you've been working for a charity, you've been working for a church, you've been working in a mosque, all the transferable skills of collaboration, the transferable skills of communication, the transferable skills of research, the skills that you have right now that you are able to log into the Zoom meeting, or the skills that you have, you're able to log into these Twitter spaces, those of you that are on Twitter spaces, the skills that you have right now that you are able to listen on Clubhouse, all of them are skills. Not everybody can pick up the phone and join a meeting like this. So the fact that you've gone through the first hurdle, we are ready to hold your hands until you get through. So we need more minorities because there are very few women in tech. And because of that, Amazon has a program. We are going to walk you through the program that Amazon has to try and recruit more women, because women bring, whenever you are designing a product, women brings in, the women in the group will bring in a specific perspective. So when they are designing a new product like Microsoft Teams, they need the input from women. And we don't have enough computer scientists. Sorry, let me rewind. Let me tell you the truth. There are 90 million computing spaces that are vacant and cannot be filled right now. So a lot of the industry, Google has a program to try and get non-traditional people that didn't study computer engineering or computer science or IT or programming to be able to access jobs. And we will tell you these jobs, and they are in your city. I don't care where you live. They're in your state. I don't care where you live. Then there is the technical role required by places like the banks. The banks are looking for non-technical people, but they have specific skills in terms of collaboration. And if you are following me on LinkedIn, you will have seen the post I put up last week. I put up a post last week and I was sharing with you. If you are able to work things through, the tech companies are looking for you. All you need is confidence, and we will provide for you the training. If you're on mainland USA, there is free training, number one, free accommodation, number three, free relocation package. Why? Because they don't have enough minorities, and they want to have minority views on their staff. That's a totally different program. So thank you. For those of you that are retweeting, thank you very much. I know many more people will see it. Those of you that are on Clubhouse, try and share on the corridor and let people see, because I do not like the fact that everyone listening on CNN, Fox News, CBS, say, oh, there's a recession, there's going to be a retrenchment, everyone's going to lose their job. Come on, come on. Everyone is not going to lose their job. If you are prepared to pivot, we do not have enough staff. Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, the banks, the hospitals are right now crying out for people that have a tech background. Good. Because they've been crying out and they couldn't get enough people that have tech background, they opened up the gates. And we will show you the gates that were opened, and we'll work with you, and you're working. Guaranteed. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a boast. We are guaranteeing that you get a 6-figure tech job, not as a boast. Because, let me share this slide with you. This is the next slide. Because, look at what the demand was for tech. The lockdown accelerated digitalization. The lockdown accelerated the use of digital tools. And now, cybersecurity needs 6 million tech workers. 6 million. So if you are willing to learn, we will teach you cybersecurity. Right now, 20 million data analysts, machine learning, and AI. 23 million cloud and data roles. I have it in front of me here. I can share it with you. If you're on Clubhouse, I can share it with you. If you're on YouTube, you are seeing the slide that I'm seeing. The issues of privacy and trust has exposed this new reality that when we get is projected now in 2024, we are going to have 127 million jobs unfilled because we are not producing enough software engineers. We are not producing enough designers of software. We're not producing developers. We're not producing software personnel in software development. We need 98 million. Those of you on YouTube, you can see what the slide I'm looking at. I'm sorry if you're on Twitter Spaces, you're not seeing it, but here it is. This is the job capacity looking at from 2020 to 2025, because COVID has changed the ball. It's changed the game, and it's kicked the ball further than all of us anticipated. So 1 million new staff required in privacy and trust, 6 million in cybersecurity, 20 million in data analysis, machine learning and AI, 23 in cloud and data roles, and 98 in software development. If all the universities in the US, all the universities, there are 4,923 different universities / degree awarding colleges in the US. If all of them produce only software engineers, we will still not make the need. That means if, for instance, Harvard stops producing lawyers, doctors, history graduates, linguists, if they stop all of that and convert the spaces to only software developers, they will not be able to produce the graduates that we need. That is the reason why most of the jobs have to be outsourced to Bangalore, India, right now. Most of the jobs have to be outsourced to Philippines because they're English speaking. Most of the jobs have been outsourced to Accra, Ghana, because they're English speaking. Morocco, they've had to adopt that now. And even Egypt, there are tech hubs created everywhere because the issue is much more than what all of us thought. All of us got it wrong. Let's be honest. All of us in education got it wrong. All of us in consultancy got it wrong. We do not know how to fill the gap. So that's the reason why today, if you're on this call, please share this with your friends. We need to take your LinkedIn page. Please go straight to your link. If you're on LinkedIn, can you just type LinkedIn? If you're on LinkedIn, type LinkedIn in the room chat. For those of you that are in Clubhouse, please type LinkedIn. If you know you are on LinkedIn, just type the word LinkedIn there. If you are on LinkedIn and you are with us on Twitter Spaces, please type the word LinkedIn. If you are with us on Zoom, I want to go straight to the chat and type the word LinkedIn so that I know that you are on LinkedIn. If you're not on LinkedIn, don't type LinkedIn, because I need you to see some of the posts that I have put up so that you know that your LinkedIn page is going to be the most effective tool in getting yourself a 6-figure job or getting your friends. I know some of you are attending on behalf of your friends. Thank you for being so considerate. Some are attending on behalf of your students. Thank you for being so considerate, because the issue of graduate unemployment has to change. If you're a graduate of English language, we have an Oracle certified lady right now in London. She's a graduate of English language. She has a bachelor's of arts, not even a BSc. Guess what? She's an Oracle certified database specialist. Right now, she's working as an Oracle certified database specialist. Why? The tech industry needs anybody that has STEM or is remotely interested in STEM. You don't have to have a degree in STEM because the lady studied only English. Her degree is in English language. I have a colleague in UCL that read classics. Right now, he's teaching programming. Classics. I can give you his name. You can go straight to his website and the university website. So the days of traditional education is gone, long gone. Long gone. All that we need is anyone that is remotely interested in this position. There's what is called product management. Product management. That so we have Zoom as a product. How do you design Zoom so that people in the industry can use it? So the people designing it and then the people testing it are not software, you guess it, not software engineer. They are users. So if you have ever used any device, you have an opportunity now to move into tech to be a beta tester, an in-house alpha tester, a beta tester. How do I know that? Google is coming up with multiple products. I know some of you here have heard about Google Meet. If you heard about what is called Google Meet, please type hashtag Google Meet. If you know there is a product or a software called Google Meet, please type hashtag Google Meet. If you do not know that, if you go to my LinkedIn page, you will see in the paragraph about, there's a paragraph or there's a section on my LinkedIn page called about. You will see my reference to Google Meet, my reference to Teams, my reference to Zoom, my reference to WebEx. They are looking for user design interface personnel. What used to be called GUI, graphical user interface or interaction. And you do not have to have a degree in computer science. You do not have to have a degree in IT. And at some stages, they're saying you do not have to have a degree at all. All they want is your motivation, your dedication, and your willingness to learn, the eagerness that you want to learn. You'll be given the new tools, you'll be given the new techniques, you'll be given the new technology, and support will be provided for you because it is not easy to recruit a new staff right now from anywhere, any part of the world. Those of you that are on Zoom, you will have seen the new slide there showing the population of every continent. This is why I'm saying what the 6-figure I'm talking about today is across continents. Now, you will have seen, let's start from Australia. Australia, the mean age, the average age of the Australian is 33. The average age of Latin America is 31. The average age of mainland USA is 35. The average age of Canada is 42.2. Now, here's the reality. Africa has 18. You say, what does this mean? It means that the youths that are required to work in tech are not available in Australia. They are not available in mainland USA. They are not available in Canada. Where do you get them? Africa. So that's the reason why tech companies, because they cannot recruit staff from these traditional countries, have to outsource. That means buy a laptop, buy a mobile phone, and buy data, and give it to a young man in Lusaka. Give it to a young woman in Nairobi, Kenya, and say, please, you are going to log in and help us with our tech support. I have not even had time to discuss about the time zone. I have a medical facility right now in Houston, Texas. All the appointments for patients to see the doctor, they're all done electronically. And the back office is completely outsourced to Accra, Ghana. So Accra in Africa, they wake up about 6 hours ahead of America. They put in all the patient details for the day. They put in the different insurance company. And from there, when they wake up in the USA, boom, everything's working fine. Why? Because the tech support was provided by some youths in Africa. So the issue of being continental USA is no longer there. And now Britain has left the EU. The manpower needs of Britain has increased. Meanwhile, they don't have the staff because most of the European, the French, the Germans, the Italians, the Spanish that were working in England have all returned home. So England is now looking for tech workers, and they are going, not you should remember, you don't have to be technically trained. Azima, thank you very much for joining us in Clubhouse. Thank you for your follow. I want you to share this room so that if you know of anyone that may be in a situation of working a low-paid job, make themselves aware of the recent development in the job market and seek to get a better job with a little guidance from us. It will be our desire that we will be able to assist all of you on Twitter Spaces, all of you hearing us now in Clubhouse, and all of you hearing us on YouTube, so that we are able to deal with what I now see as a global crisis. Because in Japan, the average age is 47.3 in Japan. So the youths are not there in the population. It's an aging population. So that's why the Japanese company, the Tokyo Stock Exchange, ladies and gentlemen, the Tokyo Stock Exchange, the computer that drives it, the main computer that drives it, is now stored in the cloud. And South Africans, Malawians, Tanzanians are now using all the technology they have there to back and support the stock market in Tokyo, because the Japanese do not have enough youths in their population to meet the supply of tech workers. Just go on YouTube, because I'm making these slides available on YouTube. Just go on YouTube and see this. This is not my statistics. This is the published official government statistics. Monaco in Europe has 53.1. That is the average age. How can you compare that with Africa that is 18? The average age of Africa in terms of the population is 18. Monaco is 53.1. So if you are on this call, I want to thank you for listening, because we are going to switch over the rest of the discussion. If you want to continue or you are interested in this discussion, please let me know. And please type in your questions. LinkedIn, thank you. Obafemi, the Libya user as a QR code. The Libya, are you on LinkedIn? Please, can you type in LinkedIn in the chat box? I need to know whether you're on LinkedIn, because I need to, if you want to be invited to a special session where we will look at your individual LinkedIn page and assist you in optimizing your page so that you don't apply to a six-figure job, but the six-figure job applies to you. Let me say it slowly. Traditionally, people look for jobs, and then when they see jobs, they pick up the application form, they fill the application form, they look for their CV, they print their CV, and they send it off. Yes, that's what we are supposed to do under normal circumstances. But we are in a crisis. There are some things you can do. You will not need to discuss with recruiters. I want all of us on this call to move on to be visible to headhunters. Headhunters are the ones that look for you and then send you an email or send you a LinkedIn mail today and say, dear Trisha, or dear Azima, or dear Anthony, we have seen your profile. Would you be interested in working for Microsoft? Or we have seen your profile. Will you be interested in working for Apple? All my students, listen to this. All my students, before they complete their program, get at least 7 unsolicited offers of jobs. I'm saying this categorically because you can go right now on my LinkedIn page and see my students. They have connection. You see that they have direct connection with me, and you've seen I've gone to write something under their recommendation because LinkedIn allows you to endorse a professional. And then LinkedIn also gives us the opportunity to, listen to this, write a recommendation. So when I recommend you, and they put in some keywords there that Trisha has attended, for instance, a cloud architect course recently, and I have seen proven skills in this area. So when headhunters type in the word cloud computing, your particular page will appear in their search output. And I will show you how the bot, you know the whole thing is done by a bot now, right? A robot. The whole thing is done by a robot. How a bot goes through your LinkedIn page. And if you optimize your LinkedIn page for the bot will see your LinkedIn page and make it visible to headhunters. Headhunters are individuals hired by companies to fill difficult jobs vacancies. There are some job vacancies, they've been there for 2 years, not one single application. 18 months, not one single application. There are some jobs like that. So all the big companies, Amazon, have had to hire headhunters. And I will show you how to find out who a headhunter is on LinkedIn and therefore position your LinkedIn page to be attractive, to be a magnet to these particular headhunters. I will show you how you are going to take the job description that is available on a software company in West Africa and incorporate those skills and those words there. You're not lying. You are saying you are interested in cloud computing. You don't have, like we said earlier, your promotion in the new game is not based on your knowledge anymore. I'm sorry if you have that traditional view. Your promotion and the status that Microsoft will employ you to fill is not based on your performance, is not based on your knowledge. So going to another university course just for the sake of it is a waste of your time. It is based on Pi. And I hope all of you that are here now heard what I said earlier about Pi. And please, if you're on Twitter Spaces, I want you to go right now to the comment section and type in hashtag P for performance, I for image, and E for exposure. I need you to do that. If you are with us on Clubhouse, I want you to go to the room chat and type in Pi if you haven't typed that in, because that's all that matters now. The job market has changed. It has changed because it has to respond to the needs. The UK government is now bribing, literally, enticing, inducing, if you like, if you don't like the word enticing, inducing people that are working in the banks right now. Because remember, during COVID, all of them went into e-banking. And the technical departments of the UK government that stores all the database of birth, stores all the database in terms of population, that does the database of taxes, completely decimated. Nobody there. A whole department, we have only 2 individuals there. I was in Wales where I did a TED talk recently. I mean, I just couldn't believe it. The DVLA, the registration of every single car in the UK is on DVLA. The entire staff has been enticed up and mopped up because they were promised more salaries, a bigger salary by the industry, because the government traditionally does not pay very good salary. And because of that, the private industry came and just bought them off. And the whole department collapsed in itself. So what I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, it's not a joke. It's not a lecture. It's not just even a workshop or a seminar. It's a crisis situation we're trying to manage. Services are going to collapse because the demand outstrips supply. So please don't forget to share this page or share this room for those of you in Clubhouse, because the whole world needs to hear this, and they need to know the simple formula for getting a 6-figure job. Is a job that has been advertised over and over again, and they could not get anybody to be interested in it. A job that's been on the website of Google for staff, and that's gone through. And there's even a bigger course now. That's on my other course. If you work for a charity or you work for a charitable firm, it doesn't have to be a charity, it can be charitable, or a non-for-profit, Google is giving out 10,000, 10K each month to charities because of the backlog they have from COVID. Microsoft is doing something similar, but Google is giving 10,000 bucks. These are not promises from me. I'll share the link with you. I'm not ready to argue with anyone at all, not right now, because it is now an open secret. Initially, it was just for people like us in the industry that were involved in training, direct training, production of students, production of professionals, supervision of professionals. But now, woof, it's exploded. We can't hold it anymore. So the opportunities are too vast for me to even begin to discuss, to even begin to scratch the surface of. So I feel I should take some questions now. We're about midway through. Anthony, just house. Anthony's asking, is Mark on this call? Mark, do you want to do part of the Q&A?
Sure, no problem, Prof.
Okay, yes.
So I'm just checking the chat at the moment, and I see a question from Anthony. Why are they giving out such pleas? So this is, I think, in connection to the £10,000 per month.
Okay, the 10,000 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
And then has the collapse started? Yes, indeed, because so thank you very much. There are two questions in one. It said, has the collapse? Because you see, let me explain to you. The UK, the US, and European universities produce IT graduates. And when that department was formed, the Department for Computer Science, Computer Engineering, and IT, the needs of the industry was based on how many tech staff were employed, guess this, in 1992. Listen to this. The needs of our training institution was calculated based on what obtained in 1992. This is 2022. They projected that the UK will need, on the average, 2,000 graduates in software engineering, 900 graduates in computing, 1,500 graduates in IT. That was the projection then. But remember then, in 1992, how many people had a cell phone? How many people had a laptop? How many people had a desktop? Can you imagine that? So the demand for hardware alone has increased by 600%, not 100%, not 200%, not 300%. So the projection of the manpower needs has exceeded all estimations, all of them. The banks then had cash machines. There was no e-banking, or what they call internet banking. Today, we're all forced to go to internet banking because of backlog, or because of lockdown. And those that provide internet banking services have to be employed. They have to service the machines. They have to work on the bank website. They have to deal with cyber security. So the attacks on the banks increased. And so you have to increase the number of security personnel. And because of this increase, the number of graduates produced has not been able to meet the current demands. That's where the crisis is. Shinyu, sorry if I don't pronounce your name well. Welcome to this conversation. It's not a conversation really, it's an e-workshop that's happening right now on Zoom, right now on YouTube, on Twitter Spaces, and we're just hearing part of it in Clubhouse. If you are in this room, we are talking about how you or your friends or your colleagues can now get a 6-figure job because of the crisis we have in tech recruitment, which is essentially a complication of what we had with lockdown, because during lockdown, more computers were given to people. People had to work from home, and therefore the devices have to be supported, and therefore the support staff overnight could not cope with the sudden increase in the demand for their talent, skills, and knowledge. And today, all the big tech companies, all of them, without exception, every single one in Silicon Valley is looking for staff. They're hiring new sales staff. So you don't even have to be an IT graduate. If you have been in sales, Microsoft wants you. Amazon wants you. Apple wants you. Literally. Google wants you. So the fact that you're working for a tech company does not mean that you're doing a tech-related job. And most people don't know this. They still think, oh, you need to. No, you don't. And the banks wants you. And the government wants you. So because of this sudden demand, the salaries of employees have been affected by the market and not by performance as it used to be. The salaries of middle-ranking managers in fintech, like they call it now, you know, the technical word, the big word is fintech, which means financial technology. That means when you use your cell phone, your tablet, or your laptop to interact with a bank, you are involved in fintech. So they do no longer need manual workers. They now need people that can be helpful to it. So any tech company now, thank you very much, Yagami, yeah, that's true. They just want people irrespective of their qualifications. Any tech company right now, because we are at crisis point, we are breaking point. So if you're on this call and you know someone, you need a 6-figure job, and it doesn't matter your age, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Because I know some people think, oh, when you are 50, you get this type of job. When you're 60, you get this type of job. Or when you're 30, you get, no, I'm sorry. I apologize. Age is no longer relevant in whether or not you get a 6-figure job. I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry. What is relevant is the market situation. What is relevant is what you put on the second line of that your LinkedIn page, so that your page hits the headhunters each time they do a search. That's what is relevant. And that's the reason why we want to work with everyone on this call. All you need to do right now is put in #STEM job. If you're someone that is keen on taking this conversation forward, implementing it, because I really hate conversations, because this is not the time to talk, this is time to do. I want you to go right now and put in #STEM jobs, STEM JOBS. #STEM jobs right now in the comment section. #STEM jobs right now in the room chat. If you're on Twitter Spaces, thank you for joining us. Just put that there, #STEM jobs. We will send you a link before the close of today. And then all of us will come right into a Zoom meeting, and I will look at your specific LinkedIn page, and I will pretend as if I'm the headhunter, and I will expose to you the hidden truth about how you can sit in your house and be getting emails inviting you to come and work for Fortune 500 companies. And like we discussed earlier, I showed you the map. Those of you on YouTube and those of you on Zoom, you saw the whole thing, right? You saw the map of the world. So it doesn't matter which part of the world you're from. Africa, very easy now. Very easy. Asia, very easy. I have people that live in a place called Lomé, Lome, in West Africa. They are helping out with the banks in Toulouse, France, period. They wake up in the morning in Lomé, they just use their username and password and log in, boom, and they're in. So you don't need to be in the exact location anymore because of the power of cloud. Therefore, that has increased the need for cloud computers. Aminu, thank you very much for joining us today on Twitter Spaces. We are discussing the current job reality that is deciding who gets a 6-figure job and why some 20-year-olds are already on 6-figure jobs. 20, they're in their 20 plus. I have a young man in a place called Yaba, Y-A-B-A, in West Africa. He earns as a side job $3,000. And he tells me that is the same salary when you combine his side job with his online job. He gets the same salary as the governor, the most senior politician in the state. And he's a young man. He's a young man. I'm not telling you cock and bull story. He is my mutual friend on LinkedIn. He's right here on Twitter. You will see my recommendation in his LinkedIn page. So I will frame my recommendation on your LinkedIn page in such a way that it will be optimized for headhunters to see you. You will completely short circuit dealing with recruitment officers or head of HR. No, you have no business with HR at all. HR is using traditional means to try and recruit staff. You are going to be dealing with headhunters. I will show you how to get multiple endorsements for specific skills that the industry is crying out for right now in fintech, that is crying out for right now in project management, in product management. All you need is to demonstrate that you have the skills of collaboration, communication, research, a little bit of empathy, and the companies will grab you. We have final year students on degree programs in rural African universities that we have already given, yes, employment to. I just said, waiting, as soon as you finish, let us know, because we want you on our team. We have to go to rural Africa to recruit undergraduate students. And during the school holidays, we have them coming to work with us, and you just give them username and password, and they do some work for us in cloud. I have staff distributed across all continents on the planet right now. You can check it. You can check it. You can just type on my image here, go straight to my IG, Instagram, and DM me right now. If you have anybody in mind, or if you know any individuals that may be keen on getting a six-figure, $100,000, $100,000 a year, US dollars, by the way, $100,000 US in 1 year. The next year, you can set up your own consultancy. So I want to thank you for your attention. Thank you for listening. Jimmy, Aminu, thank you for listening on Twitter Spaces. And Larry, do you have any questions? Dibia, do you have any questions? If you have any questions, please put up your hand and I'll pull you off to join in the discussion. Thank you, Trisha. I hope it's not too late. No, it's never too late. You've been a civil engineer for 25 years. No, it's never too late. Never too late. You're as great as your mind. You're as great as you think. Anyone that is on these devices right now, the fact that you are using a technically superior tool right now to hear me from the comfort of my sitting room, only 20 minutes away from Buckingham Palace in London, and some of you joined us from Asia, others joined from the US, others joined from Africa. It means that you can use a tool. If you can learn to use this tool, if you can learn to use YouTube, learn to use Google, learn to use Zoom. You see, in 2018, the word Zoom referred to a camera, turning the lens of a camera to capture a good image. That was Zoom was. That was 2018. Today, every single worker in the whole world recognizes Zoom and knows that Zoom refers to an online video communicating device. This is why I love about people that are wanting to learn more. Because the more you learn, the more you earn. You are learning to earn. The more knowledge you have, the more you earn. Priscilla, thank you for joining us. Probably you might need to listen to the replay because time is crept up on us. But today we have just discussed why you are able to earn a six-figure salary now. It's easier than ever before because we have some 20 years plus, sharp-minded, quick-featured young men and women that are already on six figures right now. Six figures. So do you want to, Debilia, do you want to come forward? You put up your hand, please come forward. You have a question to ask? Thank you. Please ask your question, sir. Oh, thank you very much. That's a very good question. Very good question. I don't know how many of you were in the house when I shared my QR code. That QR code has everything a headhunter wants about me. It has my education, it has my experience, it has my recent activities, and guess what? It is freely generated for you by LinkedIn. LinkedIn generates it for you. And so if anybody hovers their phone over that QR code, it uploads my LinkedIn profile automatically. And I want every one of you to have that on your phones anywhere you go. Remember, I was trying to share earlier that your phone is no longer something that is nice to have. Your phone is now one of your professional tools. If you don't use it, somebody else will use it and will make you look not too sharp. If you don't use it, somebody else will use it and they will look more sophisticated than you. And you will have seen that some of the publications, if I'm speaking anywhere right now, in a traditional face-to-face meeting, I generate my entire PowerPoint slide as a QR code. So I put it on the door. As you come in, you just hover your phone over it, and my entire PowerPoint slides goes onto your phone. So you don't need to come in asking for handouts or asking for printed scripts or asking for details of the program. It's already on QR code. Why? Because the technology we are using, when there was lockdown, we wanted everyone to be able to be independent of each other. You couldn't shake hands, you couldn't carry anything because of so-called COVID. Today, that is a legacy of lockdown. People have continued with this idea of having everything on QR code. So I hope that clarifies it. You can use your QR code for anything, and you can store data in your QR code, and you can communicate with the world on your QR code. And because you can do that, massive companies are now reducing their dependence on paper. They don't need to print paper anymore. They just need to simply give you a QR code, and what they printed on paper before lockdown is now available on your QR code. So thank you, Vic Bond. Thank you for joining us now. If you're watching this on replay, please type in hashtag STEM jobs under the comment section. Vic Pam, we just finished our discussion. We'll be going for a little over an hour now. Yes, a little, about over an hour now for those that are on Twitter Spaces, on how you or your friends or your family can land a six-figure job. And the determinants of getting a six-figure job has changed radically from 1992 to date. And the biggest accelerator of the change was COVID. Not COVID in itself, but COVID-related lockdown. But I will encourage you, because it's going to be available as on replay. I will encourage you to hear the whole thing for yourself and see how you or your family or friends or neighbors can quickly apply these principles and then become one of our testimonials, like we did with the young man I was telling you about that read anatomy. We want every single person to be aware of the new professional development opportunities and land yourself a six-figure job because you have joined the STEM revolution. By being on Twitter Spaces, you are part of the revolution. By being on Clubhouse, you are part of the leadership. Do you know what percentage of humans are on Clubhouse? So you're part of the leading gang. And I don't want anyone on a salary to be underpaid or under-rewarded. Every single human being has the capacity in them to earn a six-figure job, to start a six-figure job today, or to earn a six-figure in USD, yes, United States dollars, yes. Why? Because current market reality has given us this unique opportunity to use our skills from wherever continent we are. It's never happened before. I work for a California company based in Silicon Valley, yet I live physically in the UK. All I need to do is my username and my password. I go straight to the company's website, username and password, and I'm right there. I discharge my role and my responsibility. And when I'm through, I log out. And we even have a new, I should tell you this. I have a new AI that is attached to my laptop. And this AI is a bot. It records every single meeting I've been to. And if there is what is called action plan, is able to do it for me. And I'm able to attend 60, ladies and gentlemen, not 16, 60 different Zoom meetings, different Google Meet meetings, different Microsoft Teams meetings at the same time from only one device. Let me explain that very clearly so that everybody hears this. You can also have the same bot. I am able to attend 6 different Zoom meetings, 10 different Zoom meetings, 50 different Zoom meetings, 60 different Zoom meetings taking place at the same time from only one device. So can you see how exciting the times are? Just like you are able to listen to me from Africa. I know some of you have joined from Africa. Others have joined from the US. Others joined from Canada. Others joined from Europe. Talking to my phone. I'm only talking to my phone. Right now, I'm only talking to my phone. You can hear it wherever you are. So you can leverage this technology to be able to earn more. That's essentially what we're saying now. You can leverage the technology to be able to assist your son or your daughter to earn more. You can leverage this technology to assist anybody you know to be able to earn more. And very easily land the 6-figure job. Nuclear scientists are not paid as much as tech workers today because situation has changed. The national priorities have changed. Lockdown has given us one unique opportunity to be able to work from anywhere. And I do not think, based on the statistics that were published, that people, employees, want to go back. I'll just share that with you as we close. because they conducted a recent study that I need to really share that with you. And the study was led by Harvey Comer, Harvey, and the surname is Comer. And it demonstrated, Comer demonstrated in the study that the opportunities to earn $100,000 massively depends on pi. And pi, the P in pi stands for performance, only 10%. The I in pi stands for image, and the E stands for exposure. So you are able to earn 6-figure salary today based on this new formula. In the days of our parents and grandparents, it was based on 1, your ability to do the job. 2, your longevity at the job. 3, your knowledge about the job. But the formulas change because the market demand has made it impossible to continue with those formulas. So we now have to work with headhunters. When I'm talking about 6 figures, we are talking about working with headhunters, not traditional recruiters. And how do we get them? I need everybody on this call to check out what has been published in the 2022 Global Talent Survey that underlines everything we are discussing today. What has happened to the talent shortage over time? From 2006, when we had 40%, to today when we have 75%. And the top in demand roles now have moved to cyber security. And any one of you that was able to log in with a username and password is already aware of what we call authentication. And because many more people are working remotely, that role has now been magnified. And there are very quick courses you can finish on this. And do you know why we're in a crisis? Officially, Korn Ferry, that means K-O-R-N, Ferry, F-E-R-R-Y, has published that the IT industry will lose $8.5 trillion. Let me say this slowly. $8.5 trillion will be the loss associated with not filling this tech job. So you can see why everyone is ready to pay a 6-figure. Because the 90 million jobs that were unfilled are going to increase, are only going to increase. They're not going to decrease. But don't take my word for it. Just Google Korn Ferry on your Google right now and be able to establish whether you think this is a lecture or this is a seminar or this is our future reality. It's a future reality. Robert Half, Robert, R-O-B-E-R-T, and the surname is Half. Please, I need you to put that in your Google right now. Just publish another report. This is not among millennials, but normal workers. That after lockdown, 35% want to continue remote working. 60% would prefer hybrid working. I mean, work half of the time in the office and half of the time at home. Only 6% want to come back to a base in office. So you can see why the demand for cloud computing will begin to skyrocket. Because if we have that many people that are working remotely, it means we have to give them access to cloud. We cannot save them. We cannot save our data. You guess what? In the local server. No, it has to be saved on cloud. If you save it on cloud, you have to have cloud workers. You have to have people that can support cloud security. You have to have people that can optimize cloud. So this is the current reality. It's not my personal view, but as someone that is involved in recruitment, education, and employment, I need to share this with you. And all of you that are on this call that will want to take advantage of the current situation and benefit maximally from it, or you want to share it with anybody that you think is unemployed or underemployed, I'm very happy to show you the opportunities that exist right now, regardless of your first degree, your diploma, if you are a cloud solution architect. If you are a digital cloud solution architect, if you've heard about the word Azure, A-Z-U-R-E, that's a Microsoft cloud. They put up a vacancy that has been on the advertised board for the past 18 months. 18 months. Not one single human being has applied for it. Not one single, I'm reading out now from the page right now. Not one human being has applied for this job. And the more time it takes to fill the job, the more problem it is for the industry. And if you want to be part of the solution, I'm ready to work with you. If you want to be part of the problem, that's fine. And some of you would have also noticed that even LinkedIn has now gone its own LinkedIn audio. Do you know why? Anyway, that's for another day. But it really means that the job opportunities for everyone is opening up. If you have any questions, please, I want you to put it in the room chat if you're joining us on Clubhouse. If you are joining us by LinkedIn, I want to thank you for your engagement. Please just put some comments there. If you're on Twitter Spaces, Jimmy, Amin, Vikabu, I need you to go ahead right now and put under comments if you want to take this discussion forward and implement 2 or 3 things on your social media page that will attract the headhunters. Is a magnet to headhunters, is a magnet to the bot that searches on LinkedIn every single day. CW Jobs is another website. We'll take you through that are able to connect directly with you so that people headhunt you. You never apply for jobs again, never. You will never need to go on the program. I will write a recommendation. I'll personally write a recommendation. If you don't know who I am, just tap on my image here. Tap on my image and go get the full details. And then DM me the word STEM jobs so that I know that you heard and you were part of this conversation. Just DM me STEM jobs. If you on Clubhouse, type my image, go straight to my IG. Don't back channel me because the back channel here can be very unreliable when it comes to Clubhouse. It's glitchy. And I will send you a link and we'll go into a specific Zoom and I will be able to share your LinkedIn profile. If you don't have a LinkedIn profile, don't worry. It doesn't take more than 7 minutes to open one. Just upload your images and you can take your time to fill in the different sections. So don't worry. If you have a Clubhouse account or you have a Twitter account, it doesn't take you, it won't cost you anything, by the way. And it won't take you that long to set up one. It's not a big deal. If you have a Facebook account, you can set up a LinkedIn account. So don't even worry about it. Don't lose 1 minute sleep over it. Those of you on YouTube, please make sure you don't forget that. If you have any more questions, Clinton, do you have a question for us? Lena, do you have a question for us? Clinton, do you have a question for us, or you are not there at your, you're not there with your device? Or Lena, do you have a question for us? If you have a question for us, please ask it. If not, we're shutting down in a few minutes. I want to thank you for sharing this time with us. I enjoyed your company. I hope you enjoyed mine. I hope you were inspired by some of the things you heard today. I hope you were not too frightened by the pace of change and the direction that the whole world is moving to. And I want to say thank you very much to all of you that contributed via questions in Clubhouse. I want to say thank you very much by your comments, Jimmy, Aminu, Vic Bond. Sorry if I mispronounced your names. I will look forward to seeing you one day, sometime, somewhere, either in cyberspace or whenever you're stepping on Silicon Valley in California. We might get there, have a chat, or if you're in London, England, stop by and then we can have a chat. Until then, I want to say, Auf Wiedersehen, as we say in German, au revoir, à bientôt, see you sometime, and have a great day. So for those of you on Zoom right now, I need you to put the link of your LinkedIn page. I want you to share the link of your LinkedIn page, and let's do a little bit of optimization so that whoever sees your LinkedIn page from now sees you as a potential 6-figure earner. So if you're on Anthony, yes, Anthony, can you share your LinkedIn page? Are you able to share your LinkedIn page? And if you can share your LinkedIn page, I'll be very pleased to see it. And then let me see which of the skills have been endorsed by your friends. Because anytime you do anything for anybody now, you need to tell them, say, sir, man, do you mind visiting my LinkedIn page to endorse this skill? You have to give them the opportunity to say no. The truth is that most people will be very enthusiastic about going to say, you did a great job. So Anthony, are you able to unmute on Zoom? Turn on unmute on Zoom. I want to share my LinkedIn page for you to see so that you see what additional what additional activity take place on your LinkedIn page. Let's see. So now you can see here, the first part of your LinkedIn is the most important one. After your name, who are you? What have you accomplished? Immediately after, can you see mine? Can you see before my name, there is a specific title that tells the whole world who I am. And that's the same thing on Clubhouse. That's what you see on Twitter. So it's everywhere without exception. My LinkedIn page tells you exactly what I do and what benefits my association will confer on you if you hook up with me. So you can see that so many people want to connect with me. Yes. So many people want to connect with me on LinkedIn because they are aware of what I do. They are aware of my interests. I'm just pulling up Anthony. I hope you're able to see this. Type yes in your chat box, Anthony, if you can see this. Just type yes because that's my LinkedIn page, a direct feed from there. And then because of my area of interest and my potential area of employment and engagement, I put up a post regarding specific industry-related events. So, and LinkedIn calls that activity. That's your activity page. So if there's any news item about a computer virus, because they know me and they've seen my interest in computer security, I put a post up here and express my view on the computer virus. So that post is now visible to any person in the computer security industry. And you can see how many people visited my last post. LinkedIn is able to tell me whether they are CEOs, They are founders of companies, they are presidents, or they are vice presidents of companies. So can you see this? Anthony, I need you to type in. I need you to type in now. Yes, you need to be able to log back into the Zoom. Log back into the Zoom and then type in what you're seeing. Because my LinkedIn page is telling every single visitor what I can do for them. And LinkedIn also tells me every time anyone visits my page, who did. Look at this. Who viewed your profile here? The number of people that viewed my profile on LinkedIn, 419. I did some posts about my professional activity. It's telling us 4,243 was the impression of my post. Can you see this? This is a game changer for anyone that is interested in getting a job done and anyone that is interested in hiring me on a contract basis, anyone that is interested in interacting with my company is here. I am the chair of the Excellence in Education program. So immediately below my name, you can see that board membership, that board chairship is evident to every single visitor. So many people have contacted me just looking at this first page of mine. Who, please, can you serve on our board? We saw that you are serving on this board. Please, would you like to come and advise us on X, Y, and Z? Now, why? Because they saw it here. And if you go on my Twitter page, it's exactly the same thing. If you go on my Clubhouse, it's exactly the same thing. If you go on my Instagram, you see the same thing. And check the photograph. The photograph I have on my Twitter page is exactly the same photograph I have in my Clubhouse, is exactly the same photograph I have in my Instagram. It is called consistency. When people see one message or hear one message over and over again, it begins to sink in. Don't change it. It is not a fashion fair. Dress like a professional. If you're a man, wear a tie. And then put on your jacket on it. You don't have to be a suit. And take the headshot. And use that as your profile photograph everywhere. Everywhere. On every occasion. So Anthony, can you get hold of this? Because I need to go to your LinkedIn page to optimize it. That means make it better for Google to find it when they are looking for a particular keyword, and then make it better for headhunters to find it when they are looking for a particular word. Make it better for the bot, the robot that comes around on LinkedIn to see it and then make you appear better than your competitors. So I hope you've gotten this, because this headline must be correct. This headline must adhere to the new dynamics of professional communication. And that was the exposure that Coleman shared with us earlier, that the way you do your work is fine, but it's only 10%. Your image is 30%, and your visibility is 60%. Not me. I mean, someone has spent time to study this, and it's only our job to be able to implement the results of his study. So right now, you can see the specifics of anyone that has visited my LinkedIn page in the past 1 month. I have all their details here. And you don't even need to have a paying LinkedIn page. You can easily, can you see COVID Pass Inc.? One of the companies I'm asked to sit on their job, on their board is here. Can you see on my page? Can you see that on the extreme left-hand corner? It says COVID Pass notifications. So if I click on this, it takes me to that company in New Jersey that invites me to come in from time to time to participate in board meetings, staff recruitment. So we are able to do a complete analysis. Can you see the analysis here? Click on the analysis and you will see the number of visitors, the number of updates, the number of followers, competitors, leads, and then employee advocacy. See, this is the reason why LinkedIn is the most powerful professional website, or one of the most powerful professional websites you can have. That's why it is mandatory, if you want to be taken seriously, to visit at the very least twice every week, at the very least. But if there's a breaking news, please go on straight to your LinkedIn page and do a post on it, especially if it's private. So you can see COVID Pass here, a company that was set up during lockdown and they wanted some input, we're able to give them. And then you saw the excellence in education. I want to click on that, and excellence in education has its own page. So it's looking at the hashtag that is associated with it. The activity is here. Click on the activity, 28 of it. The whole thing is given to you. You don't have to worry. Look at here, that Lateef responded to this for EIE. Our program at Cambridge University, look at it here, showing. And then you can filter it by post, by request. So you can click on the updates here. So it's not really advisable for you to be a professional and not be able to use such professional tools. Gives you a massive disadvantage. Here we go. So we'll click on that. The new post will come up. If you're involved in education, it comes up, education. If you're involved in employment, it comes up. So you can see what Forbes have just published now. And here, LinkedIn is asking me to post a free job for what they now call LinkedIn Talent Solutions. A free job. If I was looking for a VA or a new assistant, here is it for everyone to see. And then you just type in your password and you're in. So you can see how powerful it is. So this is the reason why you have to curate your LinkedIn page. You have to create your LinkedIn page very, very easily. So I want to come back again. Anthony, yes, thank you. Anthony, can you share your LinkedIn page, please? Go to your LinkedIn profile and put the link here so that we can optimize it. So Trisha, Shinuyu, Priscilla, please don't forget to go straight to my IG. What is LinkedIn page? Oh, LinkedIn page is, LinkedIn is just another social media. Nothing serious about it. LinkedIn is very similar. It's a junior, just like a junior brother to Facebook. Somebody asked, what is LinkedIn page? We'll show you how to create one. And more importantly, we'll show you how to optimize it. Creating one is one step, optimizing it so that every single headhunter in your city, in your state, in your country, sees you and engages with you by inviting you to come into their circle of friends so that they can thank you very much. This is Anthony's page. Thank you. So we can go back now and share that for Anthony. Very, very easy for us to capture this and put it straight into the URL box of the browser we're using. Once you put it right inside the URL box, and then we are able to just change everything, and boom, You're ready for your, yes, here we go. You're ready for your optimization. So what you need to do is make up in your mind whether you want to continue with your current job or you want to continue with your current sector. I've accepted you now. Do you want to continue in the banking sector as a digital transformer, or are you ready to open up to a new sector? If you are, then that's fine. But if you are not, no problem. We can optimize it very easily. Here we go. So here's your page. And here is what you're going to get now. So you put in here, Anthony Igeti accepted. Good. Now here you put in here your area of expertise. That has to be in the first line immediately after your name. And all these keywords that you have here are available to the bot. So you have put in here, you probably might not want to change your mind now. You are available in the retail sector, in the insurance sector, in the telecoms, in the banking and financial services, the Ministry of Defense and Justice, local government, central government. So you're repeating yourself. What you need to do is say banking here as your first option. Your second option will be telecom. Your third option will be insurance. Central government and local government will be bottom of the pile. And then let me see whether you have recent activities that backs this up. So your activity here is saying you listen to a presentation. I need to be able to see how relevant is your presentation to the jobs that you are considering. So here I've clicked on posts. Let me get this. Okay, Anthony, can you type in the chat box if you can see your page now? Is your page is being shared? Can you type in the box? Just type yes. Number one offense, you do not have a professional looking image. This is a very, very serious error. You must take a photograph of yourself. Yeah, thank you. You must, here you are looking like a ghost. One of the reasons why I did not accept your connection was because I didn't know whether this was a real you or it was a bot. I didn't know whether it was real or it was a fake. There are some fake accounts. So if you want to be involved in communications, you must put your image there, like I put my image there. So click here and edit and upload an image of you wearing a tie and a navy blue suit or a dark suit or any color suit. Put it there. If you are able to put it there, everyone will see you and will know that you are a responsible IT person. So Dr. Dixon, thank you for joining us. Thank you. If you can share the room and the corridor, that would be great. I'll be grateful for that. And you can co-mod really. So you're a mod now. So I've modded you up. So that's essentially what happened. Anthony, you need to put an image there now, not tomorrow. A photograph of yourself wearing tie, preferably a coat, an overcoat on top of that, and look professional. Look as if you are going for an interview. Number two, you are interested in cybersecurity based on the post you did last year. I'm just looking at your post now. And you haven't since then done any other posts. If you're really keen on e-security and cybersecurity, you should be able to tell us which website has been hacked and why they've been hacked, and give your own opinion. It's your opinion. It doesn't have to be right or wrong. So if you have an opinion on a technical news, you must make a post on it. Must. And please, all of us on this call, make sure that your LinkedIn profile is linked to your LinkedIn app on your cell phone. Please, can you put that, those of us that are still in Clubhouse and are hearing this discussion, I want you to go to the room chat and put that there. The single most important app that you must download to your cell phone is the LinkedIn app. You must not use the LinkedIn website. That's a waste of time. Please take it from me. I want to put it in the chat room if you're still with us, so that I know you're still active. LinkedIn app equals #1 app. I want to put it there. Not LinkedIn website. I don't have time to go over the difference between your LinkedIn app on your cell phone and the LinkedIn website. I don't have time for that now. But I just need you to implement this now, so that anytime there's breaking news, you're able to respond on your cell phone. One. Number two, anytime there's a message for you, it shows automatic notification. You have automatic notification. So anytime you have anything coming through as a mail, you don't need to go and look for it. It immediately notifies you anywhere you are, whether you are home, you are on the road, you are in the office, wherever you are. So I'm just telling you the advantages of having the app on your phone instead of relying on good old website. Good old website would not help you. It takes a long time before you can get to know. Yeah, so if you're into many different things, like you have multiple interests, which one are you most passionate about? 1, 2. Which one are you second most passionate about? Which one are you third passionate about? Then we will look for the job opportunities for a 6-figure job now. And then you reorder your priority to align with the demands of the marketplace. You see, all of us here are responding to a marketplace. The marketplace was not filled with people looking for remote job or remote opportunities. You can tell that because you are in banking, you are in fintech. But with lockdown, you had a flood of e-banking requests. So you now have to adjust or edit or update your page to reflect the current industry reality. Ladies and gentlemen, that's one word you must walk away with today, is #current industry reality. #current reality, current industry needs. If you do not make yourself relevant to the industry today, you know you're out of a job. You're out of business. Whatever business you are in, whatever job you're doing has to be relevant to the needs of today. So thank you. That's a great comment you put in the chat box. You're into all sorts there. That's fine. Me too. You can see how many hats I wear here, so you're able to see which ones you can relate to. So make sure that your LinkedIn page has automatic notification on it, and therefore headhunters, when they contact you, the speed at which you respond will tell them whether you are really ready to play ball or they want to pass it on to somebody else. You will be able to get emails from them. You will be able to get what is called LinkedIn Mail. On your LinkedIn profile, once you've downloaded it, there's something called LinkedIn Mail. So there's notification and there's LinkedIn Mail. LinkedIn has an icon that looks like a speech mark and calls it messaging. That's essentially what LinkedIn Mail is. So the recruiters will send you a message and it will show on LinkedIn Mail, or what they call in-mail. Yeah, that's true. So once you get that, you are able to respond immediately to say, thank you for contacting me today. I'm happy for us to continue this discussion regarding the possible new job you are offering me. I sat at home, ladies and gentlemen, and somebody emailed me and wants me to speak to 500,000. I can share it with you. I can share it with you here. 500,000 people because of a post that I put up on LinkedIn. 500,000 people. Just imagine that conference. It's a hybrid conference. Some of them are going to be live in the room. Others are going to be joining us via, did they say Zoom? Did they say Zoom or Teams? Sorry, I'm talking to my technical assistant here. Yeah, but my technical team, they're setting up the meeting and I'll be speaking to 500,000 different professionals across Asia and across Africa. It would have been possible years ago because it would have been difficult to find me. You have had to go through who is who. You have to go through this and that and then be able to get that. But now it's so easy, it's unbelievable. Because all your skills and your knowledge are available to every single robot. Of course, Anthony, you want to come to the conference? Of course, that's fine. I'll put up the link and you can join us on that. That'll be great for you to update and see how the industry is moving at a pace that none of us anticipated or any of us imagined. Because you are unknown until you are exposed, until your details are exposed. You are unknown until your details are exposed. So you having your details exposed to the right people, to the target audience that are looking for knowledge, that are looking for skills, that are looking for experience. That's the summary of this app. This tells everybody what you need to know about the app. You get every day people send out their CVs if they are looking for a job, or send out their CV if they are looking for promotion. You are autopilot. Because your CV has been summarized in your LinkedIn page and given to recruiters, given to job agencies, given to headhunters, given to human resource management skill experts. Why? Because you put it on the website. That's all. Why? Because you told Google you exist. So when they Google your name and your professional title, the first output, organic output on Google should be your LinkedIn page. Organic. I'm not talking about the sponsored page. So I'm not saying you should be on #1 of Google. No, not. I want you to be right on top of Google so that Google likes you. And how do you make Google to like you? When you put post up on your LinkedIn page at least 3 times a week. And you can't do that from a computer, ladies and gentlemen. There is a more convenient way. You can do that. You can do it from your cell phone. So now you know why I told you originally that the most important app for any professional, the most important app for any of my students that have gone through me is the LinkedIn app on their cell phone. Once you've done that, please, I want you to do the second thing. Do me this favor. Go and get your tablet. Whatever tablet, it doesn't matter whether it's Samsung, Apple, it doesn't matter. I don't care who makes it. And download the app onto your tablet. So that if you are not in possession of your phone, at least you have to have your tablet with you. And then go to the notification and click on the first option that says automatic notifications. So any comments about your post will automatically appear on your phone and your tablet. Any comment, it doesn't matter who puts the comment. Thank you, Ike. Ike is thinking, how do I become a student? Please, Ike, I want you to just go straight to my IG right now. Type my icon, the photograph that you can see, and go to my IG, my Instagram, and type for me #STEMjobs. If you're not on Instagram, I hope you are on Twitter. If you're not on Twitter, I hope you are on Facebook. If you're not on Facebook, I hope you are on one of the social media, or you can back channel me #STEMjobs so that I can officially invite you to join our army of students. They are across the world, by the way. We have students in Asia, we have students in Japan, we have students in Africa, in North America, in Europe, French, Spanish, German, doesn't matter. Across linguistic barriers, we have an army of students, all of them 6-figure jobs, all of them, without exception. All of them. I invite you to the mastermind when the time comes. But you must optimize your LinkedIn page before we can do anything. And you must follow these rules, their commandments. Why? Because they produce results. Why? Because they increase your visibility and exposure. Why? Because they will accentuate your earning power. So if you have any friends that are poorly paid, any friends that are not being paid, but they are eager to learn, by the way. They are eager to learn. They are dedicated to their professional development, like you are. For you to still be on this call means a level of dedication. Nobody forced you here. And they're action takers. They take action. I tell you, download this, you download this. That's it. No questions. I tell you, add this, you add this. Take your photograph, take your photograph. Get a headshot, get a headshot. Put your headshot up, upload your headshot. It can be a black and white photograph. Don't worry about that. Somebody's asking, is it black and white or color photograph? It doesn't matter. We just want to be able to see your face. And then they can connect with you. If you are on if you are on Clubhouse with us, please share this on the hallway so that people that may benefit from it can hear it. And if you're on replay, if you're watching this on replay or listening to this on replay, I will encourage you to, as a matter of necessity, type in #STEMjobs under the comment section if you're on Twitter Spaces. #STEMjobs if you're in Clubhouse, just back channel me for that. Thank you very much. You're going to DM me on Instagram. Thank you. 10 Jobs, Learner. We are very happy that you were able to join us today. So what we are now going to conclude, having said that, we're going to conclude one simple thing. The final way to magnet a job is decide which job you want. Please, I do not care what anyone's told you before now. You do not have to have a degree in IT to be able to secure a job as head of IT. You do not need a job. You do not need double qualification to be able to secure that. You don't need it. I'm telling you this. And I'm going to show you LinkedIn profiles of leading technologists today that studied English language at university, studied anatomy at university, studied applied linguistics at university, studied ophthalmology at university. It really doesn't matter. What matters is, can you do the job? Get on with the job. Would you like to do the job? We'll provide you the training, free. And while you're training, we'll give you free accommodation. And we don't care which passport you have. Totally irrelevant. We don't care where your father was born, your mother was born, your grandparents were born. Totally irrelevant. And there is a big drive to recruit more women now into STEM and tech jobs. Yes, let's go, Anthony. You've seen, you have enough homework? Type yes if you know you have enough homework to do, because I need this page to be optimized. Yes, thank you. And I need to come back. When I come back, I will type in my recommendation. I will type in my recommendation, and then you will be very happy, just like your recruiters will be very happy. In my recommendation, I will mention the job that you want to have. That is why it is very tricky. Right now, you put in quite a few things under your experience here. Very good, very juicy. This is very attractive to anyone that wants to give you a job. You have banking interest. What we might want you to do here is that you are working on third-party tools. I will need you to hashtag some of these tools. Some of the keywords will come up. Your past work as a transformational consultant, great. I can see that with WPP, Barclays, great. We can put that there. And you know what? Your previous employers will now see your new profile and want to double your salary. This is what we've seen in the past, based on my experience in the past. Your previous employer, this is why it's very good as you put in Barclays as one of the places you worked in, you will boost it and make it juicy, so that when the recruiters for Barclays comes around now, they will want to hire you as the vice president. Right now, yes. Although when you were with them, you worked as a business consultant. Now they want to hire you as a vice president, because in 2017, this is what you did for them. 2018, you acquired some experience. 2019, you gave more, and now you are back to the banking sector, 2020. So you may end up being enticed by your previous employer and given a boardroom appointment. We've seen that before. So it's not a matter of prayer, it is a game. And if you're able to game it very well, you will see it. Because we'll talk to potential recruiters. If you don't want to be in banking, you can use your technical skills to move things on and guarantee yourself a place in tech as a vice president or assistant vice president. That's the game we are in now. It's a fairly straightforward game. We don't have enough tech. And then with your education, I can see the universities you attended. It is very easy for us to make your skills available, that you did a master's in in business administration with specific interest in cybersecurity. This is what really hits it. So we are going to hashtag that cybersecurity. And then when you said degree certificate, it doesn't matter. The certifications do not matter. What matters is your willingness to go into things like cryptography now. There's a lot of work going in cryptography, GDPR, that's another work that's going on. And then information security, we're able to do that. So we'll get you to do specific skill endorsement. I'm now back to your endorsement. I hope you're following me. I'm now in your endorsement session. You get every single follower of you to endorse you. If you have just 3 endorsements, they won't take you seriously. If you have 4 endorsements, they won't take. You want to have 10, 15 endorsements. So I'll get some of my students to show you some love. Good. Scrum.org, you're following that. I will see what other groups or companies you're following, and that will boost your searchability on LinkedIn. That will make you more visible. So we see all the companies you want to work for. You want to work for BBC, you follow them. You want to work for Microsoft, I will ask you right now, as part of your assignment, please follow Microsoft. Good. Follow Amazon, follow Google, and follow Apple. I need you to follow them. If you follow them, any news about them becomes visible to you. If you don't follow them, then you will never know what's happening with them. So I need you to click on follow for your prospective employers. You want to follow development in your sector and follow development with this exact company that you want to work for. Time is too short for me to explain 10 benefits, 10, that is associated with you following the companies that you want to headhunt you. So if you want BBC to headhunt you, you follow BBC here. You just click on follow. If you want Apple, you click on that, you just follow Apple. So it's always good for you to follow anyone that you are sure you want to get their attention. Please make sure that you click on my image, on my photograph, go to my IG, and please, I'm begging you right now, go to my IG and hashtag STEM jobs so that you can get subsequent invitations to our e-workshops and specific things you must do to your cell phone that will guarantee you many, many 6-figure tech jobs. Not one. We're not interested in you getting one. It's a wasted effort. And I will guarantee you the recommendations. I'm just checking your page now. Ministry of Defense, Create, Microsoft Learn, online courses, Coursera, Azure, yes. I'm pleased you are following Azure. So what is going to happen is that any of the cloud developments that comes up in Azure, you'll be one of the people to see it. So it's a game. It's a game. And I want to close by saying this. In the generation of our parents, it was very obvious that if you wanted to accelerate in your professional development or your professional progress, you did your job very well. It was based on your ability to perform. That's why they came up with something called performance-related pay. However, things have changed. No one is as keen on your performance as they are keen on your exposure. In the times of our grandparents, they looked at your longevity. How long have you been in the company? And they increased your pay, and your promotion, your professional promotion, was based on longevity. How long have you been in this company for? That was the question. Today, I'm sorry to say, ladies and gentlemen, I serve on the board of various companies that most of you are hoping to apply to. That is no longer the question, not how long you've been with the company. That doesn't count anymore. Because there are some people, they'll be in the company and their so-called quote unquote visibility is low, exposure is low. Therefore, you promote the individual who has better exposure over and above the individual that is hardworking. So it's not working hard now, like they say, is working smart. And that's some of the things we've demonstrated today in this e-workshop. I'm sorry if you were not able to get the Zoom invitation. If you go right now to my IG and send me hashtag STEM jobs, I will send you the next link so that you in the Zoom and you see everything. You see all the slides I was showing earlier. I'm very sorry if all you can do is hear and then imagine things, because you can see things for yourself and go back and review your strategy for getting a six-figure job and follow our proven, tested strategy that guarantees you a six-figure high-tech job today. The current situation says that you promote individuals if they apply to jobs that are hard to fill. It's the law of supply and demand. The law of supply and demand. That is now the determinant. That is the reason why we have 20 plus. They are not 30 years yet. They are not hit their 30s, they're in their 20s. And ladies and gentlemen, they are earning six figures already. Some of them are in rural Africa, and they are earning six-figure jobs, six-figure salary, USD, American dollars. It's not based on your location anymore. They used to say, oh, they pay more in the cities than in the rural areas. I'm very sad to inform you that those were really true statements if it was implemented in the days of our fathers and grandfathers. Today, you will receive a California-based salary while you are in Bangalore, India. I need every one of you now to go straight to Google, type Bangalore, India, and type IT jobs. All of you on Clubhouse, please do me that favor. Go to Google, type in Bangalore, BANGLAORE, India, IT jobs. You will see that there are people in Bangalore, India being paid as if they were living in California. Yes, it's called outsourcing. And events of recent years have turned the table on its head. So to go into our mentorship and work with you to be able to land a six-figure job based on the new rules of the game, I must force you to have this app on your cell phone and on your tablet. Never mind your laptop. If you have a desktop, there's nothing a desktop can do that a laptop cannot do. I don't use a desktop anymore. It's a museum product. That's how fast the pace of technology has gone. There's nothing my laptop can do that my tablet cannot do. And whatever I can do on my tablet, I can do 90% on my cell phone. And we'll show you all of this, how to use the new tools, how to use the new techniques, how to improve every single operation you have now in your place of work using tech. So I want to thank you for your patience. I know you've been very kind. I don't want to exploit it. Please, if you have any questions, put it in the room chat. I will look at it. I will respond before in the closing remarks for those of you in the clubhouse. Thank you very much for those of you that joined us through Twitter. We'll let you go now. I want to thank you. I hope you've gained some things. If you have, retweet and share and like and promote it to any of your friends or families that are involved in any sector, employed by the government, employed in the private sector. Please share it with them. Thank you very much for joining us on Twitter Spaces. I'll say goodbye to you now. Au revoir. A bientôt. Hasta luego. Auf Wiedersehen. I salute you and goodbye. Thank you. So we've just finished. Now, Clubhouse, we are rounding up. I want to thank you for your patience. We're going to count down, count of 5. I want to thank you. If you, like I said, let me just check any new questions. Has the collapse? Any new true tech companies? Yes, thank you. That's true. Thank you for enjoying this session. Thank you. You had a great audience. You had a fantastic audience. You've had Dr. Dixon. Do you want to make any closing remarks? I know you've been you had a busy day training and teaching and encouraging and inspiring. Dr. Dixon, if you are by the mic on mute. Dr. Dixon, thank you for your company. I would sign off now by counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. I hope you gain 1 or 2 nuggets today, and I hope you are action takers, implement it, and be blessed for coming to spend your time with us. Thank you indeed, and God bless you. Okay, let's see, Anthony. Thank you, Anthony. What you need to do now, Are you able to take in all the things we did today? If you are able to take it in, thank you, you're a great man. Anthony, you need to send me an email within the next 24 hours outlining everything you gained here, and then I will share you a link to the replay. I'll send you a link to the replay. If you are able to send me the synopsis of what you gained from today's exercise, and please, you are going to have to take some action. I will send you a link again to another YouTube advanced training. And you must do this homework, because upon doing this homework, you will see how things go. Thank you for saying it's fantastic. I'm very moved. You are going to push the boundaries. Invite any friends or family you have. Let them also implement this in their professional careers, and in their progress, and prosperity will be absolutely guaranteed. So thank you. Do you have any final questions, Anthony? Anthony, do you have any final questions? You don't? If you have any final question, Anthony, you can put it there. If not, Mark, you want to make the closing remarks?
Yes. Thank you very much, Prof. I definitely found this workshop to be very, very useful. From the pie to the fact that your skills, especially in the post-COVID age, needs to be portable and ultimately global. Thank you very much for making the time out to deliver this workshop, and I look forward to the next one.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for staying on. We ran over time a little bit, but I'm glad everyone got the message, and I hope everyone takes some massive action to boost their professional